Maybe you have one or use one or somebody you know does, but inhalers are one of the top frontline treatments for asthma. But they might also be a major contributor to global warming. A new study has found inhalers approved for asthma contributed to nearly 25 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. That's equivalent to emissions over the past decade. If you're wondering how much that is, that's about the same amount of emissions from driving 500,000 gas-powered cars in a year. So for a closer look at the carbon footprint of inhalers, I'm joined this morning by Dr. William Feldman. He's with Health Services researcher at the University of California, Los Angeles. He's also the lead author of this story. Good to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
How are inhalers contributing to climate pollution?
So inhalers contain propellants called hydrofluoroalkanes, some inhalers, and those propellants are potent greenhouse gases.
There are 3 different types of inhalers. There is the dry powdered inhaler, the soft mist inhaler, and the one that I'm most familiar with, at least it's the one we use in our house, that is the metered dose inhaler, sort of the L-shaped one. What are the most harmful to the environment?
So the metered dose inhalers are indeed the most commonly used in most countries, including the US, where we conducted our study. And only the metered dose inhalers contain these hydrofluoroalkane propellants. So dry powder and soft mist inhalers have much less of an environmental impact compared to metered dose inhalers.
How much of a risk does this pose to people who rely on them? You know, when you're trying to weigh out the effects on the climate versus the medical need for them?
You know, as a physician, I think the most important thing is that patients get the therapy that they need. And unfortunately, getting dry powder and soft mist inhalers in classes where they exist can often be difficult. And so I think, again, critical that everybody use the medications that their doctors prescribe. In thinking about these kind of long-term effects, it's unfortunate because some of these inhalers contribute to emissions that contribute to global warming, and the patients who may be most affected by global warming down the road are those with chronic respiratory disease. So I think it's something for us all to be very mindful of.
You were the lead author on this study. What do you propose to reduce the carbon footprint?
You know, there are some pretty straightforward solutions. Number one, we can get more prescribing of dry powder and soft mist inhalers that are already on the market. And number two, there are novel propellants that are currently being investigated that will be in inhalers that hit the market in the US soon and in other countries soon. And those could have a big effect on reducing the climate impact of inhalers. But at the end of the day, we have to make sure that those new inhalers are affordable for patients and that patients can access them.
Affordable and effective for sure. Dr. William Feldman, great to have you on this morning. Thanks for joining us from California.
Thank you so much for having me.